Oh, excuse me.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to MRC. It's the beginning of the race week with Tier 2. We are heading to Hungary this week, and in Hungary they speak Hungarian, which means I've got no idea how to speak Hungarian, and I'm not going to be trying and slaughtering this language. Yep. So anyways, good track, fun track, tough track, twisty track as well. So a lot of action to be expected into turn one. And to help me through all of this is another Tier 1 driver. We've got Kiza Soze tonight. How are you, Steve?
I am very well, thank you. Very well indeed. How's yourself?
Yeah, I'm doing okay. I think you're in a better state than I am currently with another McLaren 1-2 yesterday, so you must be over the moon.
Yeah, it's quite
good. And as a Lewis fan, it's not as good, so
No,
not doing as
not.
well. I think the summer break is coming at a good time for him.
Yeah, I think he definitely needs it. He's I've never seen him, to be perfectly honest, as downbeat and as negative as I've seen him in the last maybe 2 race weekends. It's been a bit crazy, to be perfectly honest.
Yeah, I mean, getting knocked out in Q1 and I think it was Q2 this weekend, was it?
Yeah,
Q2. Not reaching Q3 in any of the 3 sessions is a pretty mad thing. But let's keep that chat for later on. We've got GTS Drag King in the V Carb tonight. He's a Tier 3 reserve. Doing pretty well in Tier 3. He was leading the Tier 4 championship and was too quick, so got promoted to Tier 3 and is doing really well over there. Purple sector as it stands, but he's the first one to set that lap time. Goes through the final few corners, keeps it tight into that penultimate corner. Goes wide to try and get a really good exit here, but he stays wide, so that will compromise his lap time a bit. And what's his first time? It's a 16.9. I think he'll be happy with that. 16.9. If he can replicate that in Tier 3, he'll be on for a really good fight for pole. I'll tell you what, let's go on board with Formula W because he's one of the main contenders for pole position tonight. He's incredibly quick in on a single lap pace. He just about keeps it clean. I would have thought that there was a track limit in there somewhere in turn 4, but he's kept it. He's kept it going through the chicane, which Max Verstappen really enjoyed yesterday. And this is the tight but give it everything section that you've got here. You've got to try and stay flat out as much as you can, especially through this corner here. You can lose it very easily, but he keeps it nice. He can take a bit more curb than that. Takes quite a bit of curb on the inside, on the outside as well. Drivers had been touching the gravel trap on that right-hander in particular during qualifying. That was the fastest way around. He keeps it nice and tight in the final corner as well. That's what we were talking about with GTS Drag King as well. So he goes third with the 16.3. It's under 2/10 away from Colin. Is C8 Lou on a lap? He is on a lap. He's in the first sector, but he's already down to 25% ERS. So he's used everything in that first sector. He's using as well the chrome McLaren livery, which you have seen in person, haven't you?
Yeah, absolutely. It's quite nice.
It is. I like the fact that you
one of my favourite ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely one of the favourite liveries they've had. Just adds a little bit more to that car, I think.
Yeah, it's really nice as a one-off because it's reminiscent of that Vodafone era. Between 2000, was it 2005 the first one? No, I think it was 2006 the first Vodafone one.
I will 100% take your word for it on that, as you well know.
Don't, because I'm not sure. And Lou does take it to pole position. He's been taking purple sectors, and he's nearly 2/10 ahead of Colin, so nearly 4/10 on Formula W. Plenty of time to... Whoa! Yep, loses it in the final few corners. Andrew Maund goes into the pits. Vitalso, one of the lower end drivers in Tier 2. He's been struggling quite a bit this season, but he has been finishing races. And that's the starting point. As long as you can finish races, you can score points. It's a 17.7, puts him P11 right now. between Jackster and Andrew. Another 2 blue cars. Who do we have on lap? I think Smith's on lap.
I think Smith's on a lap.
Yep.
Unfortunately, my game at the moment, if I go on board, I've just got a permanent view from the rear end of the car, seeing what's happened already. But that's loads of fun. But,
have you got your wheel connected? That might be it.
Yeah, it's probably that.
Yeah, disconnect your wheel and it'll probably sort it. Right, middle sector for Smith here. Takes a lot of the curb there. You want to take it, but you want to take it the right way, and I think that puts him a bit wide. Has it sorted it for you?
Absolutely. Well done. Thank you very much.
Lovely. So, I thought he went wide at one point, but yeah, he did, but he was a bit slow through it, so he managed to keep the time going. Smart from him, and he's still got plenty of battery left. He's got maybe 40% left.
40%, yeah. It's not that long to the finish line, really.
At least now he knows that he can use a lot more during the lap, so he will be using more on the next few laps. 5/10. Oh, so he didn't improve. So it's 18.5 for him. KG is finishing his lap. Where does that put him? Up to P9 with a 17.2 basically. Single track has invalidated his lap, but we do have Sambal on a slow lap.
I think Colin's nearing the end of his out lap now. He's probably the closest to starting the lap. He's got maybe 2 more turns and 3 more turns, sorry.
That's a very good spot. We'll be able to follow him. We'll go on board with single track for a moment, because he's started his lap, and we'll be able to compare both him and Colin on this part of qualifying. He didn't manage to save as much ERS as he would have wanted to, but he still got enough to have a decent lap.
Let's see what Colin does in turn one. Yeah.
So it's a 25.7.
We've got, hold on.
Takes the wide line. Try and maximise speed.
Oh, we got a 27.0 on this side, so Colin's a bit slower.
What about the middle sector? The single track keeps it more or less flat out here. So it's a 54.7. Let's go on board with Colin and see how he attacks these corners. Gets a bit wide here through that right-hander. Does he go flat out here? He is flat out. So he's 7/10 up on single track. Single track goes wide though, so I think he'll be pitting this lap. Colin gets very wide as well, but he's invalidated as well. So Colin will be shooting into the pits. Does he? Does he? No, he doesn't. Okay, so he'll start another lap next time round. Friddy though is finishing his lap. He's kept it clean. Takes a healthy amount of curb and goes 5/10 up, and it's a 15.7. So we're getting into the serious times now. We're below the 116.
No, he's on an out lap at the moment. He's just started.
I'm having a look at Macca in P6 right now. Has a bit of a slide there in the middle sector, but he's improving still by nearly 3/10 of a second. So that could bring him up to P5. If he finds more time, he can beat Colin. Macca, one of our newer drivers, one of the better Connors, and he's been promoted from Tier 3 because, same as GTS Drag King, he was just too quick for them. That puts him P2, half a second improvement, so that's going to put the pressure on guys like Formula W.
Flats is about 7/10 up on his best at the moment. Fairly cleanish, using a lot of curb, which obviously you've got to really do around this track.
Yeah.
Get the most out of it.
Thankfully enough, quite a few curbs are quite flat around this track, but not in that chicane.
Yeah, they're completely different to what they're actually like now as well, aren't they?
Yeah, they are.
They're much more flat, I noticed, this weekend. Whereas we've still got those massive bumped sausage things in the middle, and you can't really throw it up to them because it just bounces you around too much. Oh no, he's lost it at the end. Must have pulled out a bit. Sorry, I was on board with Flaherty.
Okay.
But he's, I don't know if he's going to go for a second run. He's only got half his battery left now, so risky move. Mind you, saying that really, I mean, when I did a bit of practice here the other night, I did notice you could really sort of cane your battery on a flying lap. If you just leave it on medium all the time, and then every time you come out of a corner, give it a squirt, and then obviously a blast down any straight you get. By the time you get to the end, you do still naturally have about 30-35% left, and that's a nice little blast out of the last corner.
Yeah, ERS management isn't as hard around here for a qualifying lap. I mean,
no.
In a race trim, it's a bit different, but
yeah, but it's still you can seem to build it up fairly quickly, especially through the slower sections. You just switch everything off for a few corners and a few braking points. All of a sudden, you're back up above 50 or whatever. It's yeah. Well, it's going to be interesting to see what happens in the race.
Yeah, a lot of tactics could happen. Maybe some people have been choosing some lower wing setups. Let's have a look at KG. He's basically 6/10 up. Where does that bring him up? 16.3, P8. Very close to the Formula W. So Formula W is struggling here. He's only P7 for the moment. Alex Egerich is on that.
He's normally up in the top sector, isn't he? More often than not.
Yeah. Nelson's about to set his first lap time.
KG.
16.8.
Oh, KG's lost a lot of time already, second and a half.
Tracking's in the pits. Sambal started his lap and bit. Is he actually trying to get... I think he's just practicing right now. Whoa! Oh. Sambal, yep, lost the rear a pretty long way down the straight as well. That was strange. But he has to hit the wall, and that's it for this run. He's going to have to go back to the pits and get a new front wing, new tyres, because as we'll see in the race, tyre wear is extremely high. So in qualifying, in qualifying it's hard to go for 2 laps on the same set of tyres. And in the race, it's going to be very hard to pull off a one stop.
Oh god, yeah.
I think you can, but it's going
to be touch and go.
It's an outsider.
Each stint, isn't it? Yeah, definitely. Yeah. It's like I say. I mean, I think this game in general at the moment, the tyre wear is pretty harsh. But yeah, I think I don't think I've done a full race run on this yet, but definitely with the practice session I did, it was. It was quite a high percentage on the tyres when they came off, and I'm like, what? I've got to make the first stint last how many laps?
Yeah, first stint. I don't know how long we're going to have to go, maybe 12 laps.
Yeah, because it's such a short circuit, isn't it?
Yeah. Even then, 12 laps is probably a bit too long for the 2-stop strategy. If you want to do a 1-stop, you've got to go at least 13, 14 laps. And by then you'll already be hitting about 80% wear, so is it actually worth it? It's
exactly.
It's a tough balance to find here.
The cornering speeds around some of the corners you'd lose out on as well, and your braking points coming further and further back. Just you have to be pretty special on your tyres, I think, to get that much.
Yeah, and you have to understand if the balance is getting off as well, because I find on this game that as the race goes on, the rears, you really lose them. So you've got to change the balance of the car, try and put the brake bias a bit forwards. I find that helps me a lot. It might help other people as well during races. But yeah, that's one way you can negate the effects of it. Jackster is starting his final run of qualifying. Doesn't extend the track that much there on entry. We'll see at the end of this first sector if it's paying dividends.
I've only just realised, sorry to interrupt you there, at the moment as it stands, Cloud is like 1,000th of a second off of 3D. I didn't clock that before.
Me neither, wow.
That's pretty close.
Well, it is close in the championship. We'll be talking about that just after qualifying. But yeah, it's close in qualifying as well for these two guys. Freddie will take that if he's a tenth ahead.
So Cloud's just started. I think what will be his last flyer.
Okay, we'll be following that with eager eyes. What about the middle sector for Jackster? Does he find a bit more time? I think he does. Yeah, he's 6/10 up now. But does he get some dirty air in the final sector? He's got two cars coming up here. They get out of the way. That's very good. And I think he'll be clear.
Oh, has he got? Oh, sorry, he's got away with it. It's very, very borderline track limits for Cloud. Then he was 600ths up.
But did it cost him time? It's 6/10 for Jackster up into P13.
He's just had a little wobble as well, so he's really pushing. Flat through. Right, yeah,
Formula W's qualifying is over. He's got front wing damage.
Oh, he's invalidated it.
Yeah, I think it's better for him because...
I was genuinely gutted then. I think
the McLaren bias is coming.
Quite possibly. I mean, obviously, partially Ferrari now as well, really, because of obviously Hamilton. But yeah, the British lads. Well, to be honest with you, I'm more behind Piastri than Lando. Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were more Lando. Okay.
No, not really. I mean, I will say yes because he's a Brit, and we need a decent Brit, and I can't be doing with George. But yeah, it's like a replacement for when Hamilton's out of the picture, or Beerman. Beerman's another one, I suppose, but he needs a better team.
Oh, Maka was about 2/10 up on his own time, but he's got a spin, and we're going to be following Freddie. That's a real shame for Maka. He could have beaten Lou for P2 here. Let's see what Freddie can do. He's hardly up on his own time. He's already P1, so this will just solidify his position. He's not under pressure from Formula W, not under pressure from Louis, not under pressure from Maka. How quick does he go? He does find about a tenth of a second again, so it's a 15.5 for him. What about Moritz in the final sector coming up? Takes a good amount of curb. He finds a bit more time in the middle sector, but he's still down on his own time. So pole position is going to be a big ask for him.
Yeah, it's going to take an almighty exit out of these last two corners.
Yeah. Because Maka's time is there for the taking, but 2/10 is a big amount in... he does take a good amount of curb there. But he beats Colin. Colin is in the final corners. Alex improves, but not enough to beat Colin. Colin is nearly 2/10 up, so he could he could get P3 actually here, Colin. Maka's under pressure.
There you go.
He does get P3. 3/10 improvement. Then we've got GTS Drag King and Flatty. Has he? Okay.
Yeah,
let's see Flatty then.
He's going to do a run
Flatty's
now.
out.
He's,
yep. So that is it for qualifying. It's a shame that Lou got that invalidation and that slight mistake. Because that was a titanic fight. We've got a really good improvement from Freddie. He's beaten Lou by nearly 2/10 of a second. So it is a big gap around this track. Very, very short lap time. Well, as you can see, a minute 15, that's nothing. It's not Austria levels, but it's a very short lap time, and 2/10 is a big amount of time. So Freddie will be really happy about that. And yeah, we'll be going through the grid once it's made available for us. And it is here. So, Freddie on pole with Lou and Colin just behind. Maka, Moritz, Egerich, GTS Drag King, Formula W, Flaherty, and KG make up the top 10. We've got Airways, Nell Single Track, Jackster, Vitalso, Andrew Maund, Smith, Bit, CBG Sambal, and Laupi, our reserve driver from Tier 1 tonight. We don't have any others, which I'm happy about.
Yeah.
The fewer reserves we have, the more tier drivers we have. So that's what we want. We want some Tier 2 drivers, maybe a few Tier 3 drivers, so that they can test themselves, try and find out what it is like to drive with few assists and with faster drivers as well. So yeah, only one Tier 1 driver. That's good. That's what we. Well, it's not exactly what we want, but it's more towards what we want. I'll put the grid up again because we'll be able to see the tyre strategies. Anybody who caught your attention in this qualifying session?
Well, I think probably, literally the top three. I mean, the top two for sure, I think, are going to put an entertaining opening few laps on. I think they're both going to be fighting because, I mean, we saw it at the weekend. The pole position's not necessarily the best place on the track to start the race. Could do with maybe flipping the sides around. But yeah, if you've got the inside into turn one, then you're pretty much there, aren't you? So yeah, but I'm going to go with Cloud. I think as the overall winner.
Okay. Well,
what about you?
I'm actually not because you said Lou, but I'm thinking Freddie. My reasoning behind that is because I think there is going to be a fight between, same as real life, a 2-stop and a 1-stop. I think there's going to be a fight between them two. And historically this season, Freddie's been going for a 1-stop a few times. He did it, where was it? He definitely in Austria, and I think he pulled it off in Brazil as well. So out of nowhere in those 2 races, I think, he managed to make up those positions. Yeah. I'm wondering if he can make it work this time, but for a race win. That's my thinking behind it. I think he's going to be going for a 1-stop. But I think Colin's an outsider. You can make a case for most drivers. We've got Airways well out of position in P11. He's third in the championship. So he's got a few positions to make up. But yeah, I think Colin's got the pace to I don't have the correct word for that, but basically to fight the top 2.
Yeah.
Maka has been doing really well since he's been promoted to Tier 2. But I'm not sure he has the pace yet to fight Lou for a race win. So I think it's going to be the top 3. We might see a train appear somewhere if there's a lot of fighting, a bit like with Alonso and Bortoletto yesterday. But someone else who's going to be very frustrated is Formula W. He's in P8 and he usually fights for pole position. So he's got many moves to make. We've got GTS Drag King in P7. I've forgot about him, but he's a Tier 3 driver. He's qualified P7
yeah, I was
in
going
Tier
to say,
2.
he's a reserve for us tonight, so that's a cracking performance. And I think he didn't get an opportunity to finish his last lap either from the stream.
Yep.
I'm sure he invalidated his last run, so there's a possibility there he could have improved on that again. Like you say, great performance, Tier 3 driver stepping in, and was quite keen to step in and join in the fun tonight from the messages I got. So yeah, good stuff.
And just to give you a bit more context in this race, it is the 8th round out of 10, so 75 points up for grab left this season. And the gap between the top 2 is 12 points. So it's still very, very tight. And that is despite Lou winning, how many? 5 out of the 7 races. There's one he sat out. But he's won 5 of the 7 races, and it's that tight. So Freddie's just been doing P2s and always racing, trying to maximise his results. And that's what he's done. And look at what it's done. It's kept him in the championship fight. So he's on pole tonight. He's probably going to go for the 1-stop, trying to go for something different to Lou maybe. But yeah, this is an important race for the title. If Freddie wins, the gap is 7 points and it's game on.
Excellent.
And a Lou win would be 17 points, and it's still game on because there would be 2 races left. But it really does help him because he could basically afford being in P2 for the remaining few races, maybe even a P3. Let me count that. 9 and 5, 14. So yeah, he could basically afford a P2 and a P3 in the remaining 2 races. So it is an important race. The outcome will be a very good indication of where this championship could be going. Let's have a look at tyre strategies then. That I wanted this, and that's what we've got. Okay, so Colin, Macca, Moritz, GTS Drag King, Andrew Maund, Smith, and CVG Sambal. That is what, 7 drivers? Yeah, 7 drivers on hard tyres, and the 13 others on medium tyres. It's hard to read just yet what they want to do, because maybe you can go, say 14 laps on hards, and with the remaining 21 laps, pit twice for mediums, have a hard, medium, medium. But you can also go very long, say 20 laps maybe, and have 15 laps on mediums. 15 laps at the end will be easier than 15 laps at the start because of lower fuel and everything. But it's still a tough ask. So
the tyre strategy just came up on my screen, and it said if you're doing a one-stop medium to hard, and it said take the mediums to 14 to 16 laps.
Yeah,
for
that's
an opening stint. That's gonna absolutely destroy those tyres.
It really does. But the longer you go, the nicer those hards will feel at the end of the race. So it is a tough compromise to find. We're coming up to the final few corners of this formation lap. I hope that everybody is just like me, with a cup of tea ready for the race, because it could be a long one. It's 35 laps around a very, very tough track. They call it Monaco without walls, and it's a pretty accurate description. So we've got Freddie.
How many track limit penalties are we going to have this evening?
That's something we've not mentioned, but we will be talking about that as well. It's and Freddie has
jumped back.
Freddie's jumped back. Both Haas drivers have. Okay, so we're on board with Macca. Let's just see. We've got 5 red lights coming up. It's a pretty good start. A pretty good start from Macca, but tell you what,
decent up the inside there.
Lou has taken the lead into turn 1, so it was a great start for him. And Macca is putting pressure on Freddie, so Freddie is going to find it hard to fight back with Lou. And going side by side into turn 2, Macca lets the position.
I think there was a bit of contact on the way through there, round about position 7 to 9.
Quite possibly, and we've got so many drivers going side by side here. Let's go on board with one of them. We've got Vidalso going side by side with Nels, and we've got Andrew going through on the inside. It makes the position. Is Vidalso going to be under pressure from Smith? Whoa, that was very close on the braking. Let's go back towards the front. And Freddie's holding on pretty nicely to Lou. So I don't know if there was a mistake somewhere in that middle sector, but Freddie's doing well.
Colin's keeping Macca fairly honest there as well. So real close. Dropped a tenth or two in the last few corners, but he's been 2 tenths behind him the whole way so far.
So the biggest loser on lap 1, well, the biggest losers, are Flaherty and GTS Drag King. They've both lost 3 positions. And KG's made up 3 positions in P7, so positive start for him. DRS isn't activated just yet. We've got Formula W going for an absolutely massive dive into turn 1. Not quite yet. He's going side by side, and Moritz is an aggressive driver as well. He won't let himself get beaten that easily. And he keeps the position. But Formula W is using a lot of battery here, trying to get as close as possible to Moritz. Moritz has a bit of a moment on the entry to the corner, but keeps the position. So at the beginning of this lap, everybody was within DRS range of the car ahead. That has changed. We've got a few groups forming up. P5 has nearly lost the DRS gap to Colin. That was through all the fighting that we've got, but that gap's going back down towards 0.8 of a second. Purple middle sector for Moritz. But it's at the back that big gaps are being formed now, so it's going to be a painful one for them if they can't catch up to those cars. Let's see what Freddie can do. How powerful is DRS around here? So Lou wants to break the toe, goes back to the racing line.
Very close. He's going to make a dive. No, he's not. He's pulled out.
Yeah, I think he's just trying to figure out, okay, what kind of gap do I need to make the overtake? How powerful is the the dive, let's say, and it's looking pretty powerful. From 6 tenths behind, he was nearly going for that position. Moritz has ended up a second behind, more or less, Colin. So under pressure this lap again to try and get back into that DRS range, but it's just increasing now, 1.2, and he's taken quite a bit of curve. That will compromise him a lot in that middle sector. So the only, well, the silver lining he has here is that he's a bit further back to the car ahead, so we'll have less dirty air. Yeah, CBG Sambal getting a moment in that.
I think he's had something happen just before the chicane.
Oh, yeah, I missed that. So Moritz is going to be under a lot of pressure from Formula W. The lack of dirty air hasn't really helped him close that gap to Colin. Let's see what Freddie does now, because he's much closer this lap.
He's got to make a move now.
Yeah.
Look at that speed he comes in. There you go. Yeah. Can he get it stopped?
Takes P1, but we've got Lou going for the switchback and makes it work.
Has he got it? Can he go around the outside now?
Yeah, that DRS just helped Freddie. It's a double DRS activation. The second DRS zone's detection is the same as the first one, so yeah, the attacker will keep DRS even if he makes the overtake. Formula W then has made the overtake on Moritz, but he is 2 whole seconds behind Colin. So I think that he didn't manage to make as clean an overtake as he would have wished, because he's lost time despite having DRS. It's going to be interesting to see if he can close that gap, and he will need to, because Moritz behind is on hard tyres, and there is a yellow flag in the middle sector. Everybody's looking okay, so they've rejoined safely. But yeah, Moritz on hard tyres, his tyre wear will be much kinder than Formula W's. And we've seen it this season. Formula W is very aggressive on his tyres, so that will only accentuate the tyre wear gap, an advantage that Moritz will have, say, in 2 or 3 laps. He's only half a second behind. I'd be surprised. Oh, he's weaving already. So I don't know what that means. Maybe something happened. I like to give a weave, like to make other drivers understand that something I didn't like, you know. So maybe that's what he's doing. That fight, though, at the front, it's a 4-car fight. We're talking about Maka earlier on, still in that group. Colin as well, ready to pounce. They're both on hard tyres, so they will be ready to go a little bit longer than these two guys. Whether it's for a one-stop strategy, we don't know yet, but they should be going longer than Freddie and Lou on this stint.
Formula can see him in his sights now as well, all 4 of them.
Yep.
And sorry. Formula's just had a big moment, managed to keep it straight, but a big wobble.
Yeah, that's part of what we were. That's part of what we were mentioning earlier on about Formula W. Incredibly quick in qualifying, but he does have a mistake in him, and a bit of a touch with KG as well. And yeah, tyre wear isn't his strong suit, so in the race he's going to find it very hard. He's made up a position already, so that's good for him. He's probably going to go for a move on KG as KG goes offline to try and break that toe. And
get it done. Can he stop it?
Formula W goes through. More or less stops it.
To be honest.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if KG goes. Is he going for it? He's going for it. But there wasn't a room given there. I don't know, but Formula W is through. We don't have a position change up front, but Moritz now is clear of Formula W and KG. He will be able to focus on his own race now and try and catch up to the guys ahead. And what's going to help him is that he's on hard tyres and the race leader is on medium tyres. So from this point onwards, he should have better tyres and should be able to catch up.
Again, from practicing the other night, I mean, lap 6 already, those medium tyres, you're already going to be feeling they're a bit loose on the track at this stage. And it's not even a graining stage that you get to the other end of. They just sort of will now be dying from this point onwards, so it's all about the management of them now, dragging them out for as long as you can.
Yeah, definitely. They don't come back to you. They don't.
No.
They don't zombify themselves and come back to life. No, they just go and they get worse. And the worst corners that you have is those long corners on this track. It's like the final two corners, the left-hander, and we've got who was it? It was GTS Dragon going attacking Alex Egerich, going around the outside. Does he make the move stick? Looks like he can. He's gone a bit too wide, and Alex lives to fight another day. But yeah, we were saying that, that gap is closing down very suddenly. No, it's stabilised again. Yeah, these tyres, they die, and the worst places for them are these very long corners. The middle sector is horrible with the high speeds. The final sector, that left-hander, right-hander, that Moritz will soon be going through. No, sorry, Friddy will soon be going through. Let's go on board with him and see how he deals with them right now. But this corner is torture when you've got high tyre wear.
Yeah.
And this one is the same.
With Cloud, Friddy's really pushed hard to try and get that just over the second gap, but I don't think he quite managed it in just over 9 tenths. Around those last few corners, so he's trying to keep him out. But you've got to be, I would say, four tenths behind coming out of that last corner to have a chance of DRS.
Yeah, 4 tenths does sound like a very good gap to have. What can GTS Drag King do in this fight for P7? Alex has DRS, which means that we do have a pitter. It's it's KG. He's already pit, so trying to go for the undercut on those guys ahead. He was P7, I think. Probably P6. No, P6, I think, because he was in a fight with Formula W, and he went off once or twice. So I think it's a good decision for him. Go for the new tyres. Go for track position. Well, track position later on, I mean, and possibly close that gap to the guys in front. Friddy's still doing well, 7/10 gap. Does he manage to increase it in the final sector though? Because this is where a lot of dirty air will come into play. That gap's gone up.
I'm on board with Flatty and
Nels who's come off.
Drag King and Alex are having a nice little battle.
Yeah, Lou's struggling with that line in the final corner, and because he's going wide, he's struggling to find full throttle early on, which doesn't give him an opportunity at the end of the straight. Let's see if other fights are going on, and we've got Flatty going on the inside of Alex Egerich, cuts the corner, so
track limited there,
so he's giving the position back to the Racing Bulls, keeps it on Alex. I think it's okay. What about further back?
Millimetres away from being a nice little double overtake then.
Yeah.
So close.
So we don't have fights right now. We've got the top 4 following each other. That gap is 8 tenths of a second between P1 and P2. What do you do if you're Lou here? It's probably a bit early to pit, but do you pit and try and get the undercut on Friddy, or what do you think?
Yeah, I probably would, to be honest. It's quite powerful around this track, so it's worth doing, but then obviously you've got the slight disadvantage at the end. But yeah, I would say if you can get it done now, bang out a couple of laps quick, some decent sort of quali-esque laps, then he could pull over a gap and maintain that then for the rest of the race. Assuming the weather doesn't change, because some of the clouds look a little bit iffy.
That's very true. It's got a bit darker since the start of the race. There's still a little bit of sunshine, but not that much, so that's a very good point you've made. I think Formula W's starting to struggle with his rear tyres. I think he went kind of sideways into turn 1, which would indicate a loss of rear stability.
Leading in the pit lane for Vital, unfortunately.
Oh.
That's going to hurt.
Yeah. I've found that out a few times this season already. It's it's a very, very punishing penalty. Those 10 seconds.
I think I had 2 of them at Monaco. One of them was due to a safety car delta, I think, so I couldn't really do anything about that one. But yeah, the other one was just pure driving around the corner too fast and whacks you with it straight away. I was a little bit disappointed.
Yeah. And with tyre wear as well, it becomes much harder to respect those speed limits. Flaherty, 7/10 behind. Doing well to follow GTS Drag King with 9-lap-old medium tyres. He stays out. Does anybody else pit? We've got a Red Bull pitting. It's Alex Egerich, the first of the Red Bulls to pit this race. 10 laps on these tyres. Oh, just about keeps it clean on the entry. Formula W is losing time.
Just pulled it. Oh, nearly.
Has he? Oh, yeah. Sorry, missed that.
Made a little move to the side behind him, and I think it might have wigged out Drag King a bit. So he ran a bit wide into turn 1, and Flats nearly got up the inside, but he just got back alongside him again on the exit.
He'll have to try again next lap round. I was mentioning just before that Formula W is now 6 seconds behind nearly Moritz. So that's about 9 seconds behind the leaders. He's really feeling the tyre wear now.
Yeah. I'll keep an eye on the gap between him and Drag King as well, just to see what the... they're both on the same number of laps, but different strategies, so Drag King might well be able to reel him in a bit.
As it stands, KG's doing... Oh, he's gone wide there. Careful not to get a warning. 3 of those and you get a 3-second time penalty. P11, he's 21.6 seconds behind Friddy, so currently if Friddy pits, he'd still more or less be ahead. I think it's about a 20-second pit stop, 21 seconds.
20 seconds, yeah.
KG was probably 5 seconds off from the leaders, so he's caught up to them. Going to the inside of Andrew, but doesn't... Oh, there's a bit of contact there. Does he make the move into turn 2? That's going to be crucial for the rest of his lap. Can he make the move work? Andrew's running wide there, and KG can't make the most out of it, so he's going to be stuck behind Andrew for 1 lap. Our first pitter on hard tyres, on medium tyres. Let's get back to the fight at the front then. Mac is putting pressure on Lou, only 4 tenths away from him. And we've got another pitter. KG's overtaken Monster. So that was through the chicane. Well done to him.
That's a brave move.
Yeah. We saw Verstappen pull them off.
I was going to say, stole one out of the Verstappen handbook from Sunday.
Mac is incredibly close to Lou here. But Lou's got DRS, so that kind of negates the effect of it. But he can position himself to try and get a good exit out of turn 1 to attack into turn 2, but doesn't get the traction, which surprises me because he's on hard tyres, so I'd have expected him to be able to put it off. Smith's struggling.
There's a horrible corner to get traction out of, though, coming out of turn 1. It can throw you around so easy.
And even if you have DRS, it's very tempting to open it very early on. We've got a Formula W in the pits, and suddenly appears, nice. So trying to get back towards the front after falling about 6 seconds off from Moritz. But yeah, you were saying that it's a tricky first corner to get traction out of, but it's also a tricky one to get DRS activated because you want to get it activated as early as possible. But I think that the activation point is a bit earlier than when you would actually want to do it because you can very easily lose your rear tyres. So it's a risky one if you want to open it as soon as the activation point happens. So Formula W manages to get out ahead of Alex Egerich. He does have a time penalty though, so let's actually have a look at the penalties. We've got the yellow flag ahead of him, so that's Andrew. He's got front wing damage, so he's going to have to pit sometime soon. It is 3 seconds for Formula W, and whoa.
The move's been done. All chop and change for the top 4.
Oh, is it?
Excluding position 1, but there's a lot of movement just happened.
Yeah,
turn 2 and 3.
Collins made the move on Maka, so well done to him. When are these guys pitting? Are they going to go for a one-stop? Because Freddie and Lou on medium tyres, and it's lap 14.
Yeah,
so that 14 to 16 window you were talking about earlier on, well, we're right in the middle of it. So
yeah. I mean,
this could be a one-stop.
It's a difficult track to overtake on as well, and I suppose where the top 2 originally sort of pulled a bit of a gap, and in their own little DRS train, they've probably given themselves that bit of protection, and like you say,
and Lou has dropped behind,
place.
And that's going to give Colin the lead. So I think he'll still have DRS. He does have DRS, so he's able to defend from Maka. And Moritz has caught up with them. So that's what we were talking about earlier on. So coming out of the pits, Lou, does he manage to jump his title rival? He doesn't. He's still about a second. Actually, it's more than that. It's nearly 2 seconds now, the gap. So he must have had a very slow pit stop, Lou. Let's see what the gap is on the exit. We're going to have to change that to intervals. We've got, it's nearly 2 seconds between them. So this has really, really gone well for Freddie. 2 seconds behind Airways, so he should be able to catch up towards the end of the lap, get a DRS overtake and minimise his time loss. But Flatty's there as well, giving DRS to Airways. I missed
Airways
that.
and Flatty, I think, are having a little bit of a battle with each other as well, so that's just going to help Freddie out even more. Look at the gap he's just pulled in there.
Flatty's just let Airways through, so that's interesting. What about at the front? Lap 15. DRS fight coming up between Maka and Colin, our race leaders. Moritz is in the position you don't want to be in, which is B3, and Maka doesn't go for the move. Okay, he's just sitting behind, trying to probably working with Colin, minimising their time loss, minimising the fighting, trying to fight the other 2 guys. They want to beat them. So how much time? Lou has found a lot of time.
Yeah, Freddie just got straight past 2.
Airways has pit.
I think it's just drawn them in.
So that gap was about 2 seconds, and Lou has found that second on the first lap. So the fight is back on between them 2, and 0.6 of a second. Will Lou keep his tyres alive? Because I think that he tried early on, but didn't keep them alive for long enough. So even though he had the RS, he couldn't attack. So is this the time where Lou goes for a move? We'll have to see at the end of the lap. Towards the front, though, Maka's very close to Colin. I think they're going to go to lap 20. I think they're going to be aware that the other 2 are probably trying a one-stop. So they've got to try and replicate that. Currently, it would be a 19-lap stint on mediums, and I think even the viewers know that it's just not on 19 laps on the mediums. So these guys have got to go much further on. Maka only 0.3 away from Colin, so holding on very nicely, and has pulled away from. They've pulled away from Moritz. So Moritz is going to be under pressure.
As well. The cloud is now pretty much everywhere, and I can't really see any little blue bits popping through anymore.
Indeed. I could see some sunbeams earlier on towards turn 1, but it's all gone now. So
could spice things up a little bit.
It could. It definitely could. What about single track? Our league founder goes around the outside of Laupi. Laupi doesn't fight it. He's a reserve, so he doesn't really... Oh, no, actually, he is fighting it. Okay, going around... Still on the inside, trying to go around the outside of single track, and no, single track has enough speed with that DRS help. So
his tyres are about 5 laps better than the Ferraris as well.
Yeah, actually, I'm going to put the tyre details back on. Here we are, everybody. So Friddy catching up to his teammate Moritz. The gap is 11 seconds, and the gap to Lou is 1.4 seconds, and that's the main gap that he's looking at, because right now they're getting an undercut on the cars ahead, and as you might have understood, track position's important around this track. So
you can make good for Friddy right now. Wide through sector 2 and line 3. I said you can make your car very wide around this track through sector 2 and 3.
Oh, definitely, yeah. Jackster going through on his teammate for tonight. GTS Drag King. Oh, no, sorry, GTS Drag King going through on Jackster. Replacing Red Car Rambo, but yeah, completely missed it.
Just kept the position.
Yeah, but he got to do the apex first, so it's fine. Anyways, yeah.
Oh, right, it's happening. It's happening.
Oh, it's happening.
Go on board with somebody.
So it is raining. Steve's not prediction, but reading into the strategies is spot on. Just as the drops are giving a few spots on the track and on the cameras. So these 3 guys at the front have probably pulled the blind up, because they're 7 seconds ahead of Friddy. And
so sorry to interrupt you there. Colin's literally just gone over the first turn and first corner. On a set of hards, and it wasn't. It's looking a little bit slippy already.
Yeah, it's going to be very hard for the warm tyres.
I would have. I think they maybe didn't get the rain call until it was too late, but I would have dipped into those pits quick, sharp. It's Only's the first one in, I think.
Yep.
KG.
We've got KG in, so it's going to be interesting to see if how that interval to other drivers, especially with fresh tyres, that's going to be an interesting one. Flatty ahead of him has got fresh tyres, so we'll be able to see how that gap changes. It's currently 3.8, and does it reduce yet? No, it's increasing. Or is it? We'll find out. But right now we've got Colin coming up to the final 3 corners, coming up to the tight left-hander.
Oh, 2 cars round, both round, Morster and Vitale, so...
Yep. And they're on dry tyres, and Colin's staying out. I think that's the right move right now. He won't be aware of it because you can't see the delta between KG and Flaherty, but that gap is pretty stable right now. So it looks like dry tyres are still the way to go, and he won't be wanting to burn those intermediates very early on. If he can keep a lap or 2... Oh, actually, that gap is now dropping. It's gone down from 4 seconds to 3.6 for KG. So right now we're probably at the crossover, and it's time for the inters. Even though the track still looks... no, we're starting to see some droplets here. We can see some droplets on screen.
I can't see a lot on the camera, but there's a lot coming down on the actual... it looks like it is on the track.
And I'll tell you who's going to be hating this.
Marks now.
I'll tell you who's going to be hating this. It's Friddy, because he's coming up behind his teammate. There's a 3-second gap between them. And if they both pit this lap, he's going to be held up. He's going to lose position to Lou. And that is very painful for him, because he's had an amazing race so far. 20 laps, controlling the lead relative to Lou, because right now he's not in the lead. But, whoa, we've got Maka going really wide there. And
Collins, just for reference points, looks like he's just lost 8 seconds on his last lap.
Okay.
From his lap time.
Yeah, so everybody's got to go in, and is Friddy staying out? Friddy's staying out.
That's bold.
And Lou is staying out as well. Move. Wow.
don't think this is going to work in their favour. That I'm seeing splash marks on the track and
They
a
might
few
know
more
something
spots
we
on the
don't.
camera. Yeah, possible. Possible. It could just be a short-term thing, but
That's exactly what we were talking about earlier on. He activated DRS and lost
yeah,
the rear. So that's because of the wet conditions. But Lou, we were just mentioning that he would have jumped Friddy in the pits had they both pit. But now it looks like he's dropped it. And Friddy's in the lead. He probably will be losing the lead when he pits next lap. Sorry. But most importantly, he's going to have a big gap to Lou, and he'll not only take points out of him, he might take several points out of him. If Friddy can get back up towards the podium positions when he pits, that can work out for him. And Lou is going to have to replace that front wing as well. So it's not just time that he's losing around the track, it's going to be time he's going to be losing being stationary. And that gap's already gone up to 4 seconds. He's lost about a second in this middle sector. It's turned into a nightmare for Lou, who, okay, he wasn't in control of the race, but he was thereabouts. And Friddy does elect to go into the pits on lap 21.
What's on with Formula? Is he? Formula 44 is staying out on the hards, and I must admit I've been with him on the last lap, and that car is barely hanging on the road. So it's a very brave move staying out.
Brave or another word?
Possibly another word.
I think that in these conditions, he's finding it so hard on the acceleration there out of turn 1. It's tough enough in dry conditions.
Driving around turn 3.
Yeah, it's a fight though between the top two, Moritz and Friddy. So Friddy hasn't lost that much. He's only just behind Moritz.
3 temps.
But what he's going to be finding very hard now is that, okay, he's got fresher tyres, but he's going to have some dirty air on this track without DRS.
Yeah, it just got turned off, didn't it? Last lap, I think.
Yeah. These wet conditions mean that, we've got, it's a lap car. I thought it was one of the guys ahead. So how quick is that gap going to close between Formula W and Moritz? It's 10 seconds right now.
Collins reading them in as well. Behind.
Yeah, if they fight like that and they go wide a bit, there's yellow flags in the middle sector. It might have been Alex Egerich. Or is it Maka?
Could have been Maka.
It's probably Maka, yeah, because he's on medium tyres. Tell you what, it's a mistake from him.
Skating around the track.
Yeah, he's on 1 lap old medium, so he just forgot to switch it to inters.
Oh, of course, no.
A man who's had such a brilliant race up to now. He was P4.
Yeah.
With that leading group, and that's how silly things going to happen. It's not even a Ferrari.
Oh no, he's staying out.
Well, to be fair, if he pits, he's losing it. And if a safety car comes out, that saves him. I think that's his only hope right now. So it's not a Ferrari strategy, everybody. It's just... forgetting to select the correct tyres. But Friddy goes on the inside of Formula W, and Formula W, has a big twitch there. Easy move for Friddy and for Colin, and Colin is all over Friddy. And I tell you what, Lou has got, it's in Lou's best interest to hold Friddy up in this corner.
Gonna make a move.
Yeah, he tried to hold him up, but he couldn't. The tyre delta is way too big. Absolute pain for Lou, who tonight could be losing the championship lead. As we were mentioning earlier on, he's got 5 out of 7 race wins this season. Nearly unstoppable, this guy. But this kind of time loss is going to be costing possibly maybe 4 positions. And if Friddy is second, that's 20 points for him, and would probably be at best 10 for Lou. And he stays out. Lou is staying out. He's not giving up on this one. He wants the track position.
Lorpe's finally bit the bullet. I think he's just had a moment, so he's pitting. I'm assuming for finally a set of inters.
Yeah, he's on he's on fresh mediums as well. So I think he's gone through the same mistake as Maka. Maka, who's still out on his fresh mediums.
Alex is coming in at last. Only Formula and Lou now that are on the brave tyres.
It's like Formula 1 and Formula 1.5, you know. Like they have their own fires, the dry tyres on the wet track. I mean, it's entertaining, but it's not quick.
No. You can just hear the wheels spinning up, trying to get the power down.
I tell you who smells blood, though, and that man is Colin. He's a half a second away from Freddie. 0.6 right now, and that's going to be the effect of dirty air coming into play around this final sector. And Freddie has a bit of a twitch there on the acceleration out of the penultimate corner. Is half a second
Colin's car
close enough?
Quite planted, to be honest.
Yeah. Yep, Colin, a Dutch driver, so he should be accustomed to wet racing. Freddie, I don't know how it is in the Faroe Islands. I don't know how what the weather's like over there. But yeah, Moritz looking pretty at ease right now, 1.5 seconds. He just has to manage that gap. As long as his teammate keeps Colin behind it, I think he's fine. And quite impressively, Lou and Formula W are still P5 and 6.
Macca's bitten the bullet at last.
Yep. Hopefully he's not forgotten to select it this time.
I'll keep my eyes peeled. We're all good.
Nice.
I wonder how many times he checked that before he went in the pits.
I think he selected it on the MFD and asking Jeff as well.
Yeah.
Both ways. Right, Colin now, still 0.7 of a second, coming up to the final sector. That gap's increasing again. Does Freddie keep it clean in the acceleration here? Doesn't have the same twitch as earlier on.
Oh. Cloud's not going backwards. I mean, he's driving like a bus through the chicane there. 3 positions in 2 corners.
Yeah, if it carries on like this, it's not just going to be a point loss that he's making. He might end up out of the points.
Yeah.
Let's have a quick look. He's got 26 seconds over single track.
Plus 20 on his delta.
Wow, yeah. And he's got a front wing to change as well. Yeah, it's really turned into a nightmare for him. And as it stands, P9, that is 7 points. It is 20 points for Freddie, so that swing is going to be 13 points. The gap is 12 points. Freddie would be leading the championship by 1 point as it stands. And Lou is going for another lap.
Yeah.
He wants to stay. Yeah.
I can't even see like a dry line or anything on the track anywhere. It's Formula's just had a big moment under acceleration out of turn 1.
Let's go sideways in this corner. He kind of does, yeah, but really isn't quick. And Smith, who's a lap down, it's Laufey. He's just going to drive through those guys very easily. Actually, it's interesting. Let's just see how much quicker these tyres are compared to the worn hards. Oh, wow. How are they keeping it on track? I've got no idea how they're keeping it on track. Good job.
There we go, straight up behind him in no time.
So Colin trying to get as much of a toe as he can, but the straight isn't long enough for him. And maybe Freddie has slightly lower wings as well, because he looks really quick earlier on in the straight line. He got the move done pretty easily on Lou earlier on. The gap was about 0.6 of a second, and he closed up really quickly. And he stayed in front, so maybe he had enough straight line speed to just keep Lou behind. And maybe this is the same. DRS means that Colin's not going to be catching up quickly and quick enough, and with the straight line speed advantage that Freddie has, maybe there's actually no chance of Colin making the move, as the gap is increasing now to over a second. Yeah, it's looking like it's going really well for Freddie. And if they're in a party with Moritz, I wouldn't be surprised if there are a few team orders coming into play. But I'd be surprised too. I'd be surprised if they're in a party. Because Moritz is a competitor. Having a bit of a moment there, coming up to the penultimate corner again. Another driver having a very quiet race as usual, but it's not gone to plan for him. He's 11 seconds off from P14. So he would still be scoring a point, but it's not been going ideally. He's actually got fresh tyres, so maybe he got a spin and front wing damage. Lou down into P12. That's 4 points for him, so that swing would be 16 points and a 4-point advantage for Freddie.
It's just the amount of time he's losing on those tyres is incredible. I've just been watching him go through turn-ins and his speed that he's carrying through, and then the cars behind him on the inters doing the same thing. And you know, some of the corners they've got 20-30 kilometres an hour more pace just on those tyres. 30 mile an hour, I think, through the chicane.
Has it stopped?
It looks like it has. Oh, what?
Oh, this is going to be interesting.
Look, Sambol's already on mediums. Didn't pick that one up. He's just coming out the pit, so he could be the perfect pit stop now.
Oh, contact between Jackson and Formula. But I still think it's not going to work out for them, because they are, well, just look. Flatty's 21 seconds behind KG. Alex Egerich is 26 seconds behind Airways. They're nearly a lap behind the race leaders. So not many positions are going to be made up, but they're going to be staying out till the end on these tyres. And it's at least race on between those two. What's going to happen, though, in front? We've got Freddie pitting. Freddie has pit. Now this is going to be interesting.
Because like the guys in the midfield there have just put on hard, so I'm assuming they might have already used their mediums.
Possibly, yeah. Moritz, I can't remember what his strategy was. But yeah, I'd say Freddie's on the right tyres here. Softs, it's too long for softs. They'll feel nice at the start, but mediums do sound like a good stint. Is it Nels, maybe? I think it might have been Nelson turn 2. How does Freddie fare here? Yeah, interesting as well. So Freddie, how is that gap going to change? And if
19 seconds.
Moritz stays out, does Freddie have enough time? Call it now, please. What do you say, mate?
Yeah, I'm going to say yes, to be honest, because those inters now are going to burn up, aren't they?
Yeah.
And Freddie's not got. He can push as hard as he wants now, right to the end.
Yep.
So that gap, it's a big gap, but I reckon it's doable.
It's not closing that quickly, though. It's more or less stabilised around 19.0, and Moritz has elected to pit now. Yep. And I think Freddie's just about... he's catching up in the final sector. He's found about a second on Moritz. 20-second pit stop about. We were talking about earlier on, and the gap is 20 seconds. It's going to be extremely tight. So,
surprised Colin stayed out on those, to be honest.
And it looks like Freddie might have him, and he's got him. Moritz had a bit of a moment there on the exit, and that's Freddie up back into P2. And how quickly can he catch up to Colin? We've got 6 laps left, 18 seconds, and I'm sure that the tyre delta is well over 3 seconds a lap. Well, currently, maybe not, because the track is a little bit damp still, so maybe Colin has got a bit of wiggling room left, but it's going to be interesting. Very interesting to see how quickly this track dries up. 18.3, that gap. Do we have other fights going on? We've got Moritz behind Freddy, but that's about it. So we're going to be focusing on these guys, and Lou has stayed out, of course, up into P9 right now. So it's not as doom and gloom as we were talking about earlier on, but it's still going to be a 13-point swing as it stands.
Collins put
Oh, has he? Oh,
he's got to. He's dropped down to 16.9 seconds already.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, mate, I would have stayed out.
Closing fast.
I think
he maybe should have braved it, but maybe he thinks 16-second gap. He could maybe make up 4 seconds if he puts a set of softs on. He's got to go soft surely now.
Maybe, yeah. He's gone soft, yeah.
He's gone, yeah.
But I think I would have stayed out simply because right now he's got to catch up to and overtake.
Yeah, but they're both on mediums, though.
Of course. But he had a 17-second, and right now he's not going any lower than P3. But it's going to be a tough task to get up to P2 or P1. Whereas if you stayed out, you'd have to have, that 3-second advantage we were talking about. Minimise the time loss to 3 seconds a lap, and he would have been within a chance. But we would have had a chase in that sense, but we do have a chase. It's Colin. He's got to catch up basically this lap.
Yeah, he's closing it.
Yeah.
Because these sections here, but he's outbraked himself, I think, into the chicane.
He's got to catch up because by the end of the next lap, those tyres are going to be dead. Those soft tyres, they simply don't last. We've got C3, C4, C5 tyres. It's the second softest choice of tyres that is possible in Formula 1. And these C5s really, really don't last long. So that gap has stayed about 2 seconds. Moritz is half a second away. And we saw Freddy make an overtake from 4/10 away. So he's under pressure from Moritz here. The race lead is at stake. Goes around the outside. Can you make it stick?
Oh, is there contact? I've seen it from Freddy's car.
That is, one of the main rules in Formula 1. Don't crash with your teammate, and
side by side.
Yeah, I think they're going to be very glad that Gunther Steiner isn't at the helm of the team now, because they would have got the hair blower treatment. Yeah. A few doors would have been smashed.
And look, all of a sudden you've got Colin in the DRS of Moritz.
And Freddy's got a time penalty as well. I missed that. I don't know if that's down to him probably cutting the corner because of the contact. So that might be removed at the end of the race, but it's not going to cost him anything, so we're probably not even going to see that. But the fight is on lap 32. We'll have 3 laps left after this one, and realistically speaking, Colin has got to make the overtake with these soft tyres now. And pull away by 1 second.
I'm not even so sure he needs to necessarily overtake him, because I'm pretty sure he's looking in his mirrors. I'm sure he's just gone wide twice in the last lap, which means he's got to be on his final for track limits.
Maybe, yeah.
And that pressure on you now, your heart rate's gone up, everything's... I've got to get the win, and you've got a guy behind you who you know is on soft tyres.
We've actually got an interesting fight, had there not been any penalties, in P9, 10 and 11 between 2 Astons and Alex Egerich. But Single Track will be beating them because he doesn't have time penalties, but Formula on the very, very worn hard tyres. He's going to find it hard to keep those guys behind him, especially with front wing damage, as Alex goes extra wide there. Oh, he goes for the move. And doesn't make it stick. I don't know. The angle wasn't great to understand that move, but something happened. We just don't know what. Trying to go around the outside. He has DRS, so he should be able to make the move stick on Formula W pretty easily. That gap between Colin and Moritz has gone up to a second.
Yeah, Colin had just a tiny little moment, just a little bit of oversteer, and that just took him outside the window. So we have started the penultimate lap. Colin does have DRS. Yeah, I was going to say, he was outside of a second, but then I just heard a little beep.
Yeah, the activation point is just before the corner, so it was just about enough. Maybe he broke a little bit later and managed to get the beep. But it's half a second, so it's not over.
Yeah, it's doable. Mind you, as you said, look, his soft tyres are now sort of 3 laps in, so they're done and dusted for the day. It's just what can you do now? So,
yeah. Yeah, let's just go on board with Colin and try and understand how he's preparing this final assault.
This was where he had his moment last time.
Yeah.
A little left, right, left section.
So, are 3-lap softs good enough to beat 4-lap-old mediums on the final lap? We'll find out in about 20 seconds, everybody. And before this final fight, just remember to leave a like and to obviously subscribe to this channel so you can watch more racing from MRC. And Colin had a bit of a moment on the exit of the final corner. He's got a big speed advantage. Does he get there in time? Is it going to be a big dive? It is a massive dive, but it's if he doesn't leave the position, I'm sure that's going to be a penalty there. I'd be very surprised if that doesn't hand. Actually, Moritz could be in trouble. Colin could be in trouble. Freddie could still end up with this win in P3. So yeah, we'll see. But let's say that Colin made the move on track, and he will be getting the win on track, and the stewards will be busy. That's all we're gonna say. Single track and P11 makes the move on KG, who's had another moment. He's had quite a few excursions off track. Has KG this race, and Moritz is just behind. Is he going to return the favour and go for a dive? He doesn't.
He's definitely
he's
pushing.
Close. Does he go on the inside here?
Pushing.
He's been.
That's no comment.
Yeah, it's a tough one. It's going to be a tough night for the stewards. It's got very heated under their helmets, but Colin does take the win on track ahead of Moritz. Freddie, the teammate, has come up in P3, and it's not over. This race isn't over, despite it having the checkered flag. We've got Flaherty. We had a Mercedes in P4 earlier on in the form of Maka. He lost out because of a silly mistake. He just forgot to choose the right tyre, and that cost him big time. But Mercedes are still going to be scoring some good points in P4 today. GTS Drag King, honestly, we've not seen him much this race, but P5 for him. Kept it clean, kept it quiet. Airways goes into P6, the man in P3 in the championship. Lou, one of the men who didn't pit during the wet section of this race, comes out in P7, and I think that he should have. I think he should have picked. He wouldn't have found more positions because he also had front wing to change, but there are more points on the table for him, and most people have now crossed the line. KG's coming up, and no, he hasn't. Oh, he probably disconnected. I must have missed that. No safety cars.
No.
But despite that, it was action-packed.
That was a good one. Very much a good one. I enjoyed that. And like you say, great one for GTS Drag King. Perfect. Good result for Tier 3 reserve.
And in all of that, I've not been drinking my cup of tea. So it's nice and cold.
That'll
lovely.
Be nice. Yeah.
Just like loose tyres in the wet. So actually, that's strange. We've only got 4 drivers of the day. So we've got the driver of the day, Flaherty. Then we've got the most overtakes for Alex Segovich. Oh, we don't have the cleanest, which is strange. Is it saying that nobody was clean? I don't know. Freddie with the fastest lap, and Colin, our race winner, as it stands, of course. Colin, Moritz, and Friddy, the podium. Flaherty in P4, GTS tracking, great race from him in P5. Airways, Lou, Maka, Single Track, Jackster, Alex Egerich, Nels, Formula W, Tony KG, Bit, and CBG Sambal, followed by Vitalso, Laupi, Smith, and Andrew is our only DNF this race. Is there a driver of the day for you? It's a tough one.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to go looking at the stats there as well. Flatty, really, because 3 pit stops, started a little bit further back, and still managed to get himself in that position, which is, not bad going at all, quite frankly. So 4th place from 9th with 3 pits.
Mm-hmm.
That's quite an impressive performance.
Yep, had to pit during the first part of the race when it was dry. Went for inters, went for another set of dries, and that's probably what Formula W and Lou should have done. I'm finding it hard to find a driver of the day. I think Moritz did really well to keep it alive after falling back at the start of the race. But yeah, big shout out to Flaherty and especially GTS Drag King for finishing P5 in Tier 2, coming from Tier 3 and starting the season in Tier 4. Really good race from him. So that was the Hungarian Grand Prix for Tier 2 tonight. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. The action isn't finished for tonight. It's only the first race of 5 we have this week. And in half an hour or something, we've got Tier 1, which will be run by both of us. So we're hoping that it's not going to be as disturbed as this one. We don't want some rain to come and mess our race up because it's going to be very hard. But yeah, good luck to you, mate. Thanks for being with me. And,
no problem. Been a pleasure.
See you all very soon, okay?
Take it easy.